I get a motion on the floor to approve the agenda?
Move motion.
Okay, so Chico moves the motion. Second?
Second that over here. Mark?
Mark? Great. Open for debate. Any discussions or changes to the agenda? Are we okay? Okay. All those in favor? Great. I have here on the agenda the minutes. Right.
Sorry, I've got something to add to the agenda. We've got a letter from Nathan Cullen I'd like to add to the agenda addressing Mississauga South specifically.
Okay. So why don't we put that in before the introductions?
Madam Chairman, I will be in order if I move a motion to go to the elections and suspend the regular business and after the elections.
Can you repeat that again, Chico? Sorry, I missed it.
I said I will be in order to move a motion to go to the elections before the regular business.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll second that.
Okay. Debate on moving the elections before the other business?
I would like just the introduction by Nathan Cullen because it is an introductory letter addressing all of us.
Yeah.
But then we
It's
can
only
move.
2 minutes.
Yeah, it'll only take a minute or two.
Okay. So anyone supporting the motion to change the agenda, or are we going to move forward with the introduction from Nathan Cullen, the letter from Nathan Cullen? It's only going to take like 2 minutes. Okay. All right. So first we'll hear from the letter from Nathan Cullen, and then we'll do some introductions to get to know some people in the room, and then we'll do nomination for the executive, and then follow through with the rest of the agenda. Are we good with that? Yeah. Okay.
Okay, great. I contacted Nathan Cullen at the last minute this weekend, and he sent this letter via email to be read during this riding association. I just wanted to read to you guys today what he wants to say to Mississauga South and Mississauga as well. Dear friends in Mississauga South, I wanted to send along a quick note of support and encouragement from my desk here in Parliament. Whether on immigration or EI, pensions or the environment, we are doing all we can here to stop, slow down, and put some sanity into the debate. While the battle wages between the benches in Parliament, the real place this is won or lost in places like Mississauga and the GTA. On a personal note, I was very appreciative of all the hospitality and warmth I received during the campaign from New Democrats in Mississauga, and want to thank you for that. There is great energy within your community to support progressive politics. Thank you for working so hard to ensure that folks have a strong, progressive choice and voice. Onwards and upwards, all the best. Nathan Cullen, MP for Skeena Bulkley Valley, and he's the House Leader, as you guys all know, for the official opposition of the NDP.
Thank you, Eric, for bringing that in. So next we'll move on to introductions of everybody here today. I'm going to start with the existing executive, and then we'll move through the room and just weave through this way. Mike.
Hi, my name is Michael Ryan. I'm the CFO federally and provincially. I've been a member, I guess, for about 10 years.
I'm Eric Grabilski. I'm Communications Director as part of the executive. I also work in the financial industry actually as well, and very passionate about social justice issues. And I'm happy to see all these faces here today.
Hey, my name is Greg Gregorian. I have been involved with the NDP Mississauga South since 2009. I've worked with Farah Tabuni, the federal candidate, and also Andrew Sika, the provincial candidate for the 2011 election. And I'm currently the president of Mississauga South NDP.
And my name is, Andrew Hamilton Smith. I've been involved with Mississauga South NDP for about 7 years. Seen 4 election campaigns and managed 2 of them, including Andrew Sika in the last provincial and Matt Turner in the 2008 federal. And I'm glad to see this great turnout. This is a lot better than we've seen in a number of years. And I'd like to thank Eric and Greg and Mike and everyone else for making this happen as well.
My name is Plutarco Pacheco, but you could call me Chico like I say all the time when I get in these meetings, because it's hard to call my name. I'm a member of the party since 1980. I've been involved in quite a few campaign elections in here. I'm an ex-executive of Mississauga South in 1990 to 1998, something like that. And I was part of the elections of our beautiful lady in here. It was great, and the convention when she was elected, I was there. Yes, that's it.
Yeah, thank you.
My name is Liz McBrien, and I'm a retired teacher. I live in Mississauga, and I don't know how long I've been in the Mississauga South, but it seems May probably. And I was once a member of the executive a long time ago, and hanging about ever since.
I'm Alden Allison, and I've been with the NDP South for quite a few years. From time to time, they have some big time involved internationally, so I haven't been as good as I should have been. But I'm the NDP.
I'm Ann Lewis, and I've been coming here since 1985, I think.
Awesome.
My name is Ruth Ruff. I am not a member, so I hope that's okay.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Welcome.
Thank you. I did see your sign, and I haven't been working this year, but I've been watching very closely what's going on, and when it said Unite Against Mr. Harper, I know all the issues and I know what's happening. So I thought I'd come out and meet everyone and see what's happening.
Okay, so that's everybody in the room. It's really great to have our solidarity from Mississauga Arundel, Mississauga Streetsville, and other ridings who are here today. Thanks guys for coming. It's great. And to our observers in the room, welcome. We hope that maybe you'll consider signing one of these membership forms maybe before you leave. If not, no worries. We're so happy that you're here as well. I just do want to point out before we move into the next item on the agenda, which is the election of the executive committee for this particular riding, that only members from the riding of Mississauga South will be allowed to vote for the various positions that are going to open up. However, if you are interested in running in an executive position, i.e. our ridings in Mississauga, if you're interested in running for a position in Mississauga South, you do not necessarily have to be a member or live in Mississauga South. So the positions themselves are open to folks in the other Mississauga ridings if folks are interested, but voting can only happen from the people who live in the riding. Okay, great. So we're going to move on to the next agenda item, which is exciting because we're going to form our new executive, which is a joint executive federally and provincially, who are going to lead the change and be the change to transform Mississauga South into an NDP federal and provincial riding in the near future. The way that, Welcome, and I hate to put you on the spot, but you look so familiar to me. But let's maybe get you to introduce yourself, because we're just about to go into the elections portion of the meeting.
Okay.
So just your name, if you live in Mississauga South, how long you've been a member, if you're a member.
Okay, so my name is Melanie Sindri. I've lived in Mississauga South for 3 years now, and I was actually a member of the UTM and NDP party. And prior to that, I was a member of UTM Young Liberals, and I kind of jumped ship.
Congratulations. Okay, so how this process works is I'm going to open the floor to nominations for the various positions that are listed on your agendas. There is one position that we do have to add, and that's required by the party, and that's the women's rep position. So we're going to be looking for a woman to stand up and seek that particular position. The other thing that I really need to stress is that the party is incredibly strict when it comes to gender parity. And what that means is that we need to have on the executive an equal representation of male and females that make up the actual executive of Mississauga South. So also keep that in mind when we're going through this particular process. So I'm now going to, which is one of the most important positions on executive, I'm going to open the floor for nominations for the president position. Any nominations for the president?
I nominate our brother, what's his name?
Eric.
Okay, so Eric, you nominate, Chico, you nominate Eric. Can I get a seconder for that nomination? Andrew? Okay, and yeah.
Nominate Eric.
You nominate third, that's a third. Okay, so I'm going to open the floor to any other nominations for this particular position. Once, twice, 3 times. Now, seeing as the position is uncontested, that would make Eric acclaimed as president of the Riding Association. And one thing I did forget, which I just assumed, which I should have done, was to ask you if you accept the nomination.
I bowed and I got up, so yeah, I do accept it.
No choice.
Congratulations.
I don't have a choice. There was no one else.
Congratulations. Okay, we're now going to move on to vice president. So for vice president, it looks like we're looking for 1 federal vice president, 1 provincial vice president. Can I open the floor to nominations for federal vice president?
Can I nominate? I'll nominate Grigor.
Yep. So Eric nominates Grigor as seconder.
I second.
Chico, second. Okay, so we're still on the vice president for federal. Are there any other nominations for the federal vice president position? Going once, going twice, 3 times. No other nominations on the floor. Again, I forgot if Grigor will accept, but I assume that because you volunteered yourself. Congratulations. I'm going to open the floor to the provincial vice president now, keeping in mind that we are in a minority government situation. So I think we're looking for more support, more capacity on the executive. So that's why we've got 2 vice presidents, right? Is there any interest or anyone who want to nominate somebody for the provincial vice president role? And please raise your hand if you do have questions regarding these positions. I'm happy to explain what you might be doing. Provincial vice president? If not, we're going to default everything to Grigor. Not yet? Okay.
Can I nominate? I'm not a member, but I live in the riding.
Oh, you have to be a member to nominate. Yeah. But you could whisper in somebody's ear who is a member to nominate the person. Any nominations? Okay. So for the time being, I think by default, Grigor, you may have to assume some of that provincial vice president responsibility. And also the executive, at a future date or a future meeting, they could appoint a temporary vice president provincially for the next AGM if there is interest outside of this room. So moving on to secretary. This is a joint federal and provincial secretary position. I'm going to open it up to nominations on the floor. And I strongly recommend at some point that we have more females on the executive. So, secretary.
I nominate our sister. Yes,
Melanie.
Oh, to be honest, I just don't have like time
No,
for.
right away and they say they decline and accept.
Maybe not.
Decline.
Okay. Anyone else?
I'll nominate Andrew.
Andrew?
Yeah.
Okay, seconder. Grigor, Andrew, do you accept?
I do.
Okay. Any further nominations for secretary? Okay. Now, since there's no one, then Andrew, congratulations. Okay, so highly stressed. We need some women to step up in Mississauga South. Next position is treasurer/CFO. I'm going to open the floor to nominations for that.
Nominate Michael Brad.
Second.
I'll second.
Okay. Any accepts? Anyone else? Any other nominations for treasurer CFO? It's actually one of the most important jobs. Yeah.
He's really good at it.
Okay. So congratulations, Michael, again. All right. Now it's really important that we get some women on this executive. So we might start having to volunteer some folks from Mississauga area to go. Membership secretary, I'm going to open the floor to that. Any nominations on the floor? Membership secretary, pretty much you have to update, you have access to the membership list, you update the membership list, that's pretty much it. Help with membership drives. Any nominations, preferably a female? Please, please, please.
Okay.
The thing is that like I'm not officially a member. Like I do live in Mississauga South. I did NDP and all that fun stuff, but like I'm not officially a member for like the Mississauga South party.
That's okay.
That's okay. Okay.
So again, just to clarify on the rules, you don't have to live or be a member in you do have to be a member, but you don't have to be a member in Mississauga South to run for an executive position. However, in order to vote for people on executive, you have to be a member. So you could run, you just can't vote for yourself.
Okay. All right. Why not? I'll run for membership secretary.
Membership secretary. First and second. First, second.
Second.
Yeah. All right. No one else. Thank you, Melanie. I'm going to skip now to youth coordinator because the youth position is also pretty important to the party. So I'm going to see if there's any interest with the youth position. Okay. Is there another youth rep interested?
I'll nominate Fabio.
Fabio, second?
I'll second that.
Okay, anyone else? No, so do you accept?
What exactly do I have to do?
Smart man.
It's essentially, the youth thing, it's important to us because we want to encourage our young people to get involved on executive body.
I would like to have them vote. Is that about that, right?
Yeah. Sorry, say that
I
again.
would like to see them vote.
Yeah, I mean, like, as a youth coordinator, you can actually develop a strategy with the executive to encourage young people to go out and vote for the elections.
So what exactly do I do besides that?
It's up to you how active you want to be on the executive.
I have a meeting once a month.
We want to have meetings at once a month. Yes.
Yeah. Do you accept?
Yeah, okay, I'll do
Woo!
it.
Okay, I'm going to skip to women's rep because it's also a very important position to the party. Women's rep. The women's rep actually gets a seat to come to provincial council. Whenever provincial council happens, they can voice their concerns or their issues or what they'd like to see within the party whenever council happens. So I'm going to encourage anyone from the Mississauga areas are here today to run for, not anyone, you have to be a woman obviously, but to any woman to potentially run for this particular position. Would you like to run? Any nomination?
Eric, aren't I a member at large already?
Yes, Wendy. Yeah.
So,
I can nominate you, Wendy.
well,
For women's rep?
if no one else wants to be, then I guess since I'm already on, I'm a member at large now.
Yeah.
Oh, but you had to seek re-election for member at large. This is what the annual general
Yeah.
meeting is for.
That's fine.
Yeah, but women's rep would be great,
Yes.
like if you did that.
Yes, yes.
Second.
I nominate her.
Yeah, all right. Anyone else? No. Okay, Wendy, thank you very much. Member at large. So member at large,
I nominate Mark.
Mark. Isn't Mark already
He's not part now.
is he on the executive already?
No, he's not.
not. Okay, so Mark,
I second the nomination.
I'll accept the nomination.
Is there anyone else? So member at large doesn't necessarily have to be one. If you're interested in getting more involved with Mississauga South without a big, huge, massive title like president, this is a good opportunity for you to run for an executive position. Any other interest, nominations?
Can I nominate the lady from me?
Ladies first?
The lady from me, can I nominate her?
From,
She's not a member, but.
you have to be a member. Yeah.
She could sign it today.
You can sign today and then join, that for sure.
If you want to sign today?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.